Hello everyone, this is Jeremiah's J-Man Monero. I'm just giving you a quick video tutorial on how to use the Authentisign for our Instanet form system. I'm going to switch over to my desktop. Now this is assuming that everybody knows how to use the doc box, is familiar with how to create a transaction and how to add the forms into the transaction. I'm just going to go to a property I have, the forms already listed. First thing I'd like to do is add the buyer's name into the transaction. So what I'm going to do is add a new transaction contact, buyer. Of course, we're going to go with the classic Joe buyer. His email address is going to be joebuyer@hotmail.com. In order to create an Authentisign and create a signing, each buyer and or each seller that you have signed the forms is going to need a separate email address. So I'm going to save the contact information, edit my contact, save the contact information. Now they've been added as a buyer in the transaction. If you've already set this up, you should have selling broker, listing broker, who the seller's name would be. You might want to go in there and modify the seller's name to include his full name if it's not already there. So I'm going to go back over to the forms, Instanet forms. These are all the forms I have in this transaction. Actually, it's a non-contingent buyer, so I'm going to delete that form there. I'm going to go right to creating a signing. See, this tab here wasn't there before October 22nd when this became available through our real estate board. So you click the Authentisigns. You're going to create a new signing. Now, since I've created a signing before, both of these are there 10/18/2012 at different times, but I'm going to create a new signing. So create a new signing. You can name it third attempt. Now there's two options. It's important. You can either do sign in line or simul-sign. Sign in line means it will go to the first buyer. For if you have multiple buyers, it would go to whoever you select first as the first buyer, and then the second buyer, and then you as the selling agent if you put yourself as a signer. So in this transaction, I'm going to do simul-sign, which means it goes to everybody that you want to sign the form simultaneously. This is good if you have two buyers, they're both at work, you don't know who's going to get to it first, and you don't want one buyer to hold up the signing. So let's do simul-sign. Step 2, place a check mark in each of the check boxes. Beside the signing participant is too important to the signing. So I'm going to add Joe Buyer as the signer. I'm going to add myself as a signer as well. The default for listing and selling agents is that they're reviewers. So I'm going to put myself and the buyer as a signer. And then I'm going to go to the next step. Step 3, you have all the forms that they auto-populate over from the transaction. So you can select which ones you want, which ones you don't want. In this situation, if you want to check them all, except for the continuation of the purchase and sale contract, check them all that way, and then hit Add Documents. Now, if you have a particular order, if you want to do your purchase and sale first, you can adjust that here. Okay, one item. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, update order. Now, in this section, if you had a property condition disclosure and or lead paint addendum, you can save it to your desktop and then upload that PDF into your signing. Okay. Now, since this is a form that's actually auto-populates the buyer's initials and or areas that they need to sign into the transaction. So everywhere that a buyer is supposed to initial, it's already taken care of. Now, opinions vary whether or not you should witness the transaction as a seller's agent if you're not physically in front of the buyer to witness it. But I'm just going to show you for demonstration purposes how to add yourself as a signing party. So you see I've highlighted my name. Highlighted my name. I'm going to click and drag the signature block over to the witness section. It's that simple. Now, let's say you decided you don't want to witness their transaction. You still have the all parties agreement that needs to be taken care of. So, I'm just trying to find it here. Here's the all parties. Add the signature the same way we did. You can do it above your broker name, below, whatever you prefer. If there's multiple buyers, I'll usually do below it so that there's more room for the second buyer. Okay. Now, this section, if you've added the property condition disclosure and the lead paint, you're going to need to add the signature sections and the initials for the buyer at that time. So I'll just proceed to the next step. Now we're done there. And here you just review all the details of the transaction. If you made a mistake, perhaps you put the buyer's home email address and they're at work, they want to get it at a different email address, you can edit it. In this section, say, okay, it's Joe Buyer at work.com, whatever it is. Say participant. You finalize details. Finalize and send invitations. And that's it. You've sent your signing. Hopefully that helps teaching you how to create the signing. Step 2, I'll actually show you what it looks like when you get the invitation and how to actually do the signing from the end user, either the buyer and or the agent side of it. So thanks again. It's Jeremiah S. J. Manero. Have a great day.